Hey Joe Bobby, let's talk about the respiratory system.
Yeah, sure, Johnny. What do we talk about first?
Well, first we'll talk about how there are three main things the respiratory system does. First, it brings in oxygen. Then it removes carbon dioxide and water.
Hey, Johnny, I have a question. Why do we need oxygen?
Well, because it is an energy release in chemical reactions that help keep our cells alive. We're kind of like fire because fire cannot burn without oxygen and we can't live without oxygen.
Well then, what's the difference between respiration and breathing?
Well, respiration is the process where oxygen and glucose go through a chemical reaction that releases energy that fuels growth and other processes. Breathing, on the other hand, refers to the movement of air in and out.
What is the air in the atmosphere made of?
Well, Joe Bobby, that's a good question. 21% is oxygen and 78% is nitrogen. The remaining 1% includes carbon dioxide, helium and other trace gases.
Doesn't our nose filter pollen and other particles from the air we breathe in?
Yes, it does. But it's not the only one. The nostril tiles are coated with cilia and mucus which traps particles in warm air.
IKNW, what happens next? It goes through the throat, which is also called pharynx. It is the only thing that is shared with two systems, the digestive system and the respiratory system.
That's completely right. Do you know what happens next?
The air goes through the trachea, which is also lined with that silus hair stuff. The trachea is lined with many rings of cartilage which helps support the trachea from collapsing. If the trachea collapses, we are dead because we can't breathe.
Yeah, and from that trachea, air moves through the left and right bronchi. One bronchus leads to one lung. Inside the lungs, the bronchi continue to get smaller and smaller. At the ends of the smallest tubes are alveoli. Alveoli are tiny sacs of lung tissue specialized for moving gases between air and blood.
Hold on a second, Johnny. How does the gas exchange occur?
Well, when oxygen passes through the walls of the alveolus, it goes into capillaries. Carbon dioxide and water pass from the blood into alveoli. Both are very thin-walled. A common question is how many alveoli are in a grown-up person? Well, I have an answer to that question. About 300 million. They have a huge surface area is good because it allows a large amount of oxygen to be taken in.
How do we breathe?
Well, breathing is controlled by muscles. When we breathe in, rib muscles contract, lifting chest wall upward and outward. The pressure of air inside decreases and air rushes in like a vacuum cleaner. When you exhale, rib muscles and diaphragm relax. The chest cavity becomes smaller because air is squeezed out of the lungs.
Well, I hope you pulled a lot of info out of our video.
Goodbye.